Hey guys, Lady Locks here, and I've got Green Boots by banditobrandino07. There is the key for that one and the bitting. Really nice etching on the key, actually. Just etching on the lock. You see the key does work. Really nice custom keychain for this one. There's a logbook for it. Has some information. This was actually built on an Everest core, so it talks a little bit about Everest and where the name Green Boots came from. So I'll do a close-up here, and you guys can pause it if you'd like to read that. Okay, and there's nothing in the logbook yet, so I'll be the first one to write something in there. And there's also a giant photo of the pins in their order in the back here, so in case you have a gutting incident and you can't figure out what goes where, you can always check this to see. Also, it did come in a custom bag, hand sewn actually, and it says this bag is made of Tibetan prayer flags that adorn Everest Peak. So that is what it's made of. Also, it came with a little one of their, I guess, prayer flags. So very, very cool. Really nice presentation on a challenge lock. Hoping I can get it open for you guys. I've opened it a couple times off camera, but it seems like every time I get it on camera, it just does not want to open. It's one of those locks, but honest to goodness, as soon as I shut the camera off and go, okay, you know, I'm just going to try to pick it to see what I'm missing when I try to do it on camera. Don't you know, it comes right open. Drives me up a wall. So this one is a camera shy challenge lock. And I've never picked an Everest before, so I'm not sure where or if that little pin is inside of this one. I think I feel it back here, but I could be wrong. So I don't know, went in and pressing around in there and hoping that I did it right. If it's in there and I actually hit something, that is. I think I feel it, but I could just be looking for something and therefore that's why I feel it. I don't know. I'll find out when I get it. Got a few good clicks on here. And I think there's got to be some really cool torpedo key pins in this one, because I can pick this into the to this really deep false set and I get stuck. So I imagine that is one of those lovely torpedoes, maybe, because I literally got stuck in that huge false set for about 10 minutes before quitting and starting over on this lock. But I'm gonna find out when I get it. That's another thing I'll find out. I try not to don't make any assumptions on what kind of pins are in these locks, because you could really be surprised by what's inside compared to what you think it probably is. And then you look at the pins these guys make and they're just insane. So yeah, I don't try to assume what's in these. And sometimes even seeing what's in them and knowing what pins are in there doesn't help you get them open. I've had a couple challenge locks like that where I've tried to say, okay, I'm going to take a peek at the pins, see what's in this one, because I really can't get it. And I will check the spoiler pin configuration picture and get nowhere. It doesn't help me. So, looks like I'm stuck right now on something. See, that first pin needs another click or two, but I'm afraid to click it and overset it. Right, that was pin 6. Oh, there we go. All right, got it open. So, it took me quite a few minutes. All right, let's see. Let me make sure I have everything I need. You got this. Oh, and on the back it says, please shim. So, we're definitely going to use a shim on this one. Although I do use a shim most of the time. I do use a shim most of the time when picking or gutting locks, especially if I'm doing a challenge lock. And I'm going to go ahead and close this just because. There we go. We do have the key, and I can use the key to turn the cord when I'm after I've taken this off. Oh, I need a different screwdriver. Let's see. That might be too big. Oh, no, that's a good one. All right. Maybe not. Let's see. How about this one? Okay, now we're moving. All right, let's see. Plug follower for that. Oh, will this work? Yes, it will. Okay. Where's my shim? I'm gonna turn it this way because I'm not sure about that pin on the side of this one, and I don't want it to get in the way. Oh, these top pins. Turn it just a little bit more. It's resting on that edge there. Sorry, I just want to make sure that this is facing this way when I push it through. I don't need it to get, don't need those pins to fall down. That would be a sad day. All right, was able to get it. It does look like that pin was in there. There it is. Should stay put as long as I have the key in. Let's check out these key pins. I knew there was a torpedo in there. I knew I was getting stuck on a torpedo somewhere. All right, I'm just gonna keep the key in for that side pin there. Move these down. My goodness, these are some evil looking key pins. Man, I'm kind of nervous to let's got this next part. Okay, let's do this very slowly. All right. So in order to get these to come out slowly, I am resting my pinky down on the other end of this. So when I push this down and one decides to pop up a bit, I can allow it to move up a little bit and then tighten it by pushing that forward, so I don't lose track of which way the pin is oriented. So thankfully we have a picture in the book because of this, but pretty sure I know how this one goes in since it is only a serrated one. All right. Now I'm going to start in the back. I'm going to hold this the same way. Oh my goodness. That's a cool looking pin. Wow. Very cool. All right, well, these springs were the same. Okay, well, these are pretty cool. Beautiful pins. Take a look at this. Got a couple of just serrated pins. And then I am not really sure what this one would consider this one. But we've got a couple gin spools in here. This one's really neat. I'm not really sure. Yeah, so sorry if I went off camera for a second there. Got a couple of serrations. Not real sure what that one would be considered. A couple gin spools, and this one here is neat looking. I don't know what it would be considered, but it's pretty, looks pretty cool. Then we've got serrated keep-in, standard keep-in. There's a little trap torpedo nightmare keep-in, another serration. This one's just got a reduced diameter at the top there. Same as this one. Very tricky. I think I've fallen into this trap a couple times on this one. What happens is when you're picking it, you see that last ledge of the gin spool. If you assume that it is just a regular spool, you can see how the lip of this torpedo plus the bottom of the gin would turn that into just feeling like a regular spool. And then you click it up there and you get into a nice false set when you fall in this part of the lock, this part of the pin, sorry. And then you're stuck because that's not going to fall down when you let off tension a little bit. So very, very nice. Very nice. We've got some milling in here. Looks like counter milling in number 6, number 3, number 1, and I think, I'm not really sure what this is called, but this is definitely some type of milling. I think this is over milling here. That also paired with this third gin spool and torpedo keep-in, and right here allows you space for that to turn, so you fall into that trap, the core turns, and you get a huge false set, and you think you're getting somewhere when in fact you're stuck on an overset. Very nice trick on that one. Very nice bandito. I can say I fell into that a couple times. Playing around picking this one, so awesome. Also, I'm not really sure what this is on the milling on this one, so I'm gonna let it up close there, and you can see the counter milling on chambers 1, 3, and 6, and then 4 and 5 have some craziness going on. I think this is what we would consider over milling here, because there's really nothing, and then there's like a little ledge that it gets stuck on. Then you've got the space here when you pair it with these two pins, can make you fall into a huge false set. And then there's some type of milling here, but I'm not sure what that's called, and I apologize, guys. I think that might be over milling as well. As it does kind of give like a little bit of a roof over top of where the pin would be. So very cool. And then of course you have that pin there that I didn't take that out, but that needs moved out of the way of the core in order for the core to turn. So you have to pick that into place for the core to be able to turn inside the lock. Alright guys, and that was Green Boots by banditobrandino07. I will tag his channel in the description of this video. And also, I noticed when I said these last 3 springs were the same, this spring is not the same as these two, so I will double check the pins in the spoiler section of the little logbook and make sure I get this spring in the right place. But yeah, amazing lock. Very challenging. I did fall into your trap a couple times, so thumbs up on that. A lot of work went into this one, from the custom keychain, custom bag, logbook, all the information that was looked up about Everest and why the name was put to this lock. Great job, Bandito.